Hi guys, welcome back. It's Chrissy the Crystal Indigo, and I am here with the collective update read, right? Energy check-in. So this is for twin flames, soulmates, divine counterparts, your life partner, however it resonates for you. When you watch this video and it resonates with your energy, then this is your story, okay? Before I dive into the reading, I want to send love and light to all of you who booked sessions with me, Reiki, Twin Flame Healing, Akashic Records. Also, I want to give a shout out to all of you who went to the Etsy shop and ordered your crystals, your herbal packs. You guys are so amazing, and I'm so proud of you for doing all the work. Again, you guys know that I have stepped out on faith and I am doing my life purpose full time now. So, all the love, all the support from you guys is much welcome, okay? So I'm available. Check my calendar out. Whatever you guys need, when you need me, reach out, email me. That information is below in the description box. Now, if you would like to donate to the channel, you can. That information is below in the description box as well. You can also subscribe as a form of an energy exchange donation, or follow me on Instagram at Chrissy the Crystal Indigo. Make sure you check out my IG story because I do post important information for the collective in general. All right. So, before I dive into the reading tonight, I want you guys to email me if you are interested in signing up for the spiritual development class. So that's semester 1, semester 2. For those of you who haven't had semester 1 yet, that's the email I should be receiving from you. And then my returning students, email me what day and what time would be great so I can just kind of tally it up. So last semester we did Tuesdays and Fridays at from 5 to 7. Sometimes we'll do it from 6 to 8. It depends on like what's happening within the class, and we will do it every Tuesday and Friday. So just email me, guys. Those of you who reached out, especially on live the other day, about learning how to work your spiritual gifts, etc. Okay? So now I'm going to dive into the reading. So I asked Spirit when I started to shuffle the spread. Even before I started shuffling the spread, I held the cards in my hand, and I said, show us what we need to see, or what is happening within the collective when it comes to the energies and where, you know, we're moving towards. What should the divine feminine, if you are a divine feminine, be on the lookout going forward? And the same for the divine masculine, right? And I just said, show me the energies and, you know, how we can support each other, right? And so the first card that has come out is the King of Pentacles, right? This is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. And with this, it talks about someone really being a master of their pentacles, really know how to save, really know how to create abundance. Remember, before, the divine masculines were always getting page, knights, or, you know, Two of Pentacles, like nothing this huge, right? So we're in king status. So the divine masculines are starting to realize that they do have something to offer, that they can be abundant, and that they've watched your watch you manifest so many things in your horizon, and they know they can feel it too, right? And they can do it too. And it's your energy. For those divine feminines who are resonating, a lot of you have pulled your energy back, and they are starting to feel that, right? And you know, this is causing the divine masculines to really wake up for some, right? Because it depends on what wave you are, you know? And so it's really good to see the collective being in this King of Pentacles energy. You see that? And so the next card that has come out is the Queen of Pentacles. And so when I saw both of these flying, like what are the odds, right? And I saw both of these flying out of the deck, I was like, look at this, right? When you see the Queen of Pentacles, it's like she is unbothered. Like she's really like, you know what? I hold my own. I got my things together. I'm focused on my life purpose. I'm in nature meditating. I'm, you know, aligned with divine. And, you know, I know how to bring abundance. I know how to manifest. I'm a, magnificent manifester. And this is really beautiful to see that a lot of you in the collective are really starting to step into your power. Even your mental is being healed, right? And so I know when I go to bed at night, I've started to pray about heal the triggers that are in my mind that causes me to relapse when it comes to the connection, right? It's like a twin flame relapse. You have like, first you're doing good, you're on point, and then one of those triggers that really take you over the edge and you're back to square one, right? So I've been asking my guides and my angels to really help me with the mental part, right? So this is beautiful energy. Now we have the Nine of Swords, right? And it's like, you know, all of this in the mental, right? Look at the little birds just swooping over her head, and she's just like got her hands like in her, got her eyes in her hands and face, you know, buried in there. And, you know, this is, you know, what have I done? Like, what is happening? Like, what's going on, right? It's like the Queen and the King of Pentacles. There's so much abundance. There's so many power moves that you guys can make together in regards to your life path and purpose. But this is hunting the both of you, right? So on your divine counterparts side, it's like them trying to get to that level where, you know, I am abundant. I can provide for my divine feminine or my life partner or my, you know, soulmate. And the same thing for the divine feminine. They're like, I know I can do all that and then some. I'm just waiting on you to pick up what I'm stepping in, right? And so it's that mental of like, come on, like just clear it out of my mind, right? And even with the divine masculines, they're in that energy where, you know, they are regretting what they've done to the divine feminine, and the divine feminine are regretting the words they spoke into their divine masculine, right? And sometimes you have to deliver the hard truth, right? Can't be your yes man. If I'm your yes man and everybody else is your yes man, how will you ever know when to accept accountability or call yourself out on something, right? I'm here to grow you, not slow you down, right? So this is some really amazing energy coming out. And then we have the Seven of Cups as the overall energy. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And you see, this is the energy within the collective. Okay, the divine feminines are like, you know, I can hold you in my heart space, or, you know, for their soulmate, life mate, however you resonate watching this video. You don't have to, you know, directly tie it to as a twin flame video. This is the collective. And so, you know, divine feminine is like, you know what, I can hold space, but I gotta keep going. I have to keep going. I cannot just stay here and rot while you try to figure yourself out. I have to keep moving because I know what I'm called to do. I know what my life path and purpose is for those divine feminines that are really sure, right? And for the divine masculine, they're just like, oh my God, I might lose my person. Like if I don't figure it out, if I don't get it together. Because when you pull your energy away, whether you're divine feminine, whether you're a soulmate, whether it's your life partner, they feel that energy because you are connected, right? And so let's dive into the Mystic Moon Twin Flame Oracle cards, okay? So for divine masculine, we have regret. What did I talk to you guys about? They are regretting it because now it's like the divine feminines have pulled their energy back, or your soulmate has pulled their energy back. And it's like, wait a minute, I'm not being texted, I'm not being called, I'm not feeling the energy. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Right? And they're wondering, man, was that last time the last time? Did I push too far? Right? And so with awakening, right? So a lot of the divine masculines are going through their awakening. And, you know, continue to talk to your guides, continue to talk to your angels, ask them to allow a conversation to take place between the two of you where your, you know, counterpart feels comfortable in opening up and letting you know everything that's been going on with them, right? And these are questions that you've already asked, like what is going on, what's happening. All you got to do is just talk to me, right? Now the divine masculine is getting divine timing. They rarely get divine timing. Divine timing, patience, all of that is usually in the divine feminine spread. You can go back to all my videos. If I'm lying, I'm flying, right? So divine timing. So they're realizing that, you know, something is happening in divine timing. Spirit, source, divine, God is working with divine masculines because, Come on, you got to get with it. You got to get to it. Either you're going to take this awakening and do it willingly, or would you like to get it the hard way? Where you're stripped completely naked and almost left with nothing until you realize all you had to do was surrender. Right? Divine masculines are really communicating in the 5D. They are really communicating in the 5D. And you may have seen the divine masculine show up in your visions. You know you feel them in your energy. And when you start to feel that, or when all of a sudden you start to feel really sad or depressed, those aren't your energies, especially if you knew you weren't feeling like that just a minute ago. So what you have to do is place your hand on your heart, pull that energy in there from, that pure place, and send it to your divine counterpart. Just say, relax, calm down, relax. Just send it, right? And you'll start to see the shift, the change. Okay? Now for divine feminine, we have victim. Because some of the divine feminines are still, or, soulmates, however you resonate, are in that energy. Like, no, you really screwed me over. No, you really screwed me over. You wasted my time. You played with my life. You were, not having good integrity. You, all you could have done was just be honest with me. And I'm easy to talk to. Like, this is the divine feminine, right? Like, I'm so easy to talk to. So all that malicious and manipulative, all those malicious and manipulative things you've done and did, it wasn't called for. It's like, where's the equal, reciprocity, the equal give and take? Like, divine feminine has really had it and really frustrated, because out of all, the people in divine masculine's life, divine feminine got it the worst, right? Not even worse than a karmic. Divine feminine got it the worst, because divine feminine is always in that unconditional love energy. So whatever happens with the divine masculine, it's automatic unconditional love, no matter what. But then it got to a point where it's like, okay, something ain't adding up. The elevator ain't hitting all floors. Something's off, right? And so they are in that victim, not victim as to say, you done me wrong and you screwed up my life. No, but it's like, own your freaking accountability. Don't, push things under the carpet. So that's how divine feminine is feeling. And then we have patience. So divine feminine still is in that energy of, do I go right, do I go left? But I know I have to hold space, but I have to also continue to focus on my life purpose mission, right? I have so many things to do. Focus on my business, my purpose. A connection shouldn't feel like a job, or when you're ready to jump off the cliff. So divine feminine is willing it in, right? Look, let me take this back to source. You know what? Source, God, spirit, divine, you deal with this. Let me do what I got to do, because this is too much, right? And, if the divine masculine loses you, that's how they're thinking, because you're going to always hold space. But it doesn't mean you don't move on, you don't live your life, you don't get into connections with others, fearing that that's going to put the end all to be all to your connection. You have to live your life, because it's a part of your life purpose mission, and you light others up as they continue to be in your vibration. That's the point behind it. Okay? We got family, right? So some of the divine feminines, however you resonate, you really laid it on your divine masculine. Listen, you've been playing around all this time. Some of them have kids already. You may not. And it's like you're sitting up here. My biological clock is ticking, right? And so that's, where some of the divine feminines are, because it's like, I see this foundation. I see the family in us. I see so much. But also, divine feminine is like, I have a legacy to leave behind, and I have to protect my lineage. And who's going to continue this on without me, right? I need someone here to continue where I leave off. And that is so important, right? So important to the divine feminine. Mirroring. So this card we mirror each other. And so as of today, I know there's been a lot of sacral chakra energy, like it's been paining me, right? And there's also been a lot of crown chakra energy flowing. And again, if you guys need Reiki sessions, or you need crystal healing sessions, if you're in Manhattan, New Jersey, or anywhere around, these areas, my office is open. I'm available for bookings for that. But again, the energies are heavy, and we're in the full moon in Libra, we're in super moon energy, and then also we have Aries season, which is a fire sign. So for those of you who today, where you were like on the brink of reaching out and just really laying it in on your divine counterpart, and you pulled back and you was like, hold on, let me put this energy somewhere else. Good job, right? Focus on the light, the high vibration. And then we have the answer is yes. Okay? So the overall energy for the collective, we are both going through our awakenings. You don't get just one, guys. We're both being led. We're both being guided. We're both in hermit mode. Your divine counterparts, minimum to no contact. Divine feminine, minimum to no contact. Life partner, soulmate, however it resonates, okay? Now, we're going to go into the Lightworker Oracle spread. So, for Divine Masculine, we have, this is 7th Ray of Ritual, Order, and Ceremony, number 44. Look at that. Right? So, I'll hold that there, and then I'll try to read it here, so that way you guys can still see the card, okay? And I'll try to figure out another way on how to have the video set up, so that way I can look at you guys and we can communicate, etc. So we have number 44. Okay. And this is the 7th ray of ritual, order, and ceremony. Okay. So it says, when the gift of the 7th ray enters your life, something new is being formed. Something that will benefit your world. There may be an increased interest in magic, ceremony, and ritual for healing purposes, resonating with high frequency, vital light, and the Archangel Zachiel. The 7th ray also helps transmute energy from lower to higher frequency. It is a spiritual cleansing agent that allows the truth of spiritual freedom, empowerment, and choice to be seen and felt, restoring hope and joy to the heart. So this is really interesting, right? So this is the downloads that divine masculines are getting, right? Their realization, okay? So the next card for divine masculine is Dark Angel. Okay? So we have Dark Angel, and then I'll hold it up for you guys so you can see how beautiful the artwork is, okay? There you are. So it says, the Dark Angel comes to you with a radical truth. Divine love is always there for you, without exception. Love will never forget you. It will never stop caring for you, even when it seems most unlikely. In fact, especially then, the divine is reaching for you and nurturing you. Even our wounds are ways that we can discover love and divine grace through the healing process. The divine is always helping you remember who you are and find your true joy. When the Dark Angel appears, you are being given a gift of light, even if it may seem to be a hidden blessing. Okay? And so, what did we talk about earlier? The divine spirit, source, God, their angels, however it resonates, they have showed up and really working with the divine counterparts, with the divine masculines. Because they're starting to realize, or of course they already know because everything is already written, that the divine masculines in the collective, it's hard. And they're making the journey really difficult, right? And so I'm not one of those spiritual advisors that's going to get on here every day and be like, union's on the way. Like, you hear me say that every now and then, right? And when you guys do come into union, I, shout you out on my community post or on my IG story for those of you who have, and it hasn't been many, right? And so Spirit Source Divine, sorry, I'm trying to get it out the glare. So Spirit Source Divine is really trying to support the Divine Feminines at this time, because they're seeing the pain, they're seeing the anguish, they're seeing what we are being put through, and they're not happy, right? Now for Divine Feminine, the first card out, Divine Talents, okay? So we already know what that's about. That's like our purpose, our mission, right? Let me try to get it right there for you. Okay. So we have Divine Talents. So it says, you are a talented soul. Over many lifetimes, you have developed your spiritual abilities to change higher awareness, attract healing energy, and radiate light and uplift the consciousness of those around you. Your divine talents are many and uniquely expressed through you. Your talents do not have to resemble those of another to have their own inestimable value. Do not be afraid to use them. So this is really beautiful. And, for some, just like me, when I started out on my journey, I was mortified, right? And then as you go on your journey and as you see how magical you are and as you see the beauty in it and how you light up others' lives, you start to really see, how amazing you are. And with me going through this journey, one thing that I'm really working on in 2021 is not being so accessible to my clients. Yes. To you guys. Yes. But make sure I have boundaries, because you having these amazing, beautiful spiritual gifts, everybody isn't for everybody. Everybody isn't close to you because they want to see you win or they want to see you grow. No, they want to come and cipher up as much as, information and magical abilities that you know how to do, and to pass on to them as much as they can. And again, I'm not that type of person. I know your intentions when I know you. I'm just going to see how long you're going to sit there and fool yourself, right? And so when you do this type of work, there has to be an equal exchange. If you notice that like someone's always trying to learn or get things and do things, but then like when they're on their journey and they're developing their skills and they're doing things and they're not equally reciprocating, that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign at all. And you're going to have your junior light workers who look up to you as mentors. They're going to be called, they're going to be, they're going to be people that come to you and, you be their mentors when you're not even at that level yet. But that's a good thing, because it's like you're teaching and learning and at the same time and growing, right? So don't be afraid to use your divine talents. Don't be afraid to sign up for the class. It's $40 a week. You can't beat that. Most spiritual teachers are charging $1,500, So if this is something you are called to do, you're not afraid, you're ready to step on your purpose and your mission, email me. I got you. So this is beautiful for the Divine Feminine. And the next card, the Heart Transmission. Now I want you guys to comment below if you felt, this is 37, okay? If you felt the energy in your heart chakra today, like it was really like somebody was just hitting it a little soft, like boom, boom, boom. But you can feel it. It was just so much energy in your heart chakra today. And just place your projective hand on top of that in your receptive and just really transmute that energy, help that energy flow, okay? So with the heart transmission, it says your heart is capable not only of giving and receiving love, but of connecting you to a great network of beings that resonate in the highest frequency of divine love. Through your heart, you can receive information and guidance from networks of light that fill our universe. It says, as you learn to open your heart to receiving these transmissions, your ability to work with group consciousness in a loving way increases. You shall affect humanity in a loving way, influencing the collective rather than allowing the lower frequencies of the collective to overwhelm you. Okay? So there's this beautiful thing, one of my gifts, right? And a couple of the soul sisters might be able to tell you about it if they comment in the comment section. But there's this beautiful thing where I take your receptive hand, right? And so that would be your right hand to my left hand. And I literally pull your energy out and I move it through my heart as like it's going through like, you know, I don't know how to call it. Like it's going through like a little shield or something, right? Like it's going through like its own little wall, if I'm, shall I say, or whatever, scanner. So like it's going through to get scanned, and then I actually push it back out to your heart while I have my hand on your heart through my projective hand. And that feeling, I mean, no one's been able to do it to me yet, but I just look at them. Sometimes people have tears in their eyes. Sometimes people start giggling. Sometimes people are like, what is that? Like, you know, it depends on what you're really going through, the effect that you'll get from that type of experience. And that's one way where I transmute energy, right? And so for those of you who have the High Priestess essence, you are a force to be reckoned with. You got to get down with your gifts. You got to get open with your gifts. Stop being afraid. Step out on faith. I know that the channeling and mediumship part of it, you probably are really scared. I mean, as the women saw on the live the other night, I did not post that live because it was very personal. The conversations it turned out to have. So the medium and channeling part is very sensitive, because when another person's loved one jumps into your soul and starts communicating, and you're communicating things to them, and you really don't know them on a personal level, and you're giving them information that they know literally comes from their relative, it takes you in a different, place. And that's one thing where they almost really saw me break down. I had to catch it, and be like, okay, whew. So this is really beautiful energy, right? The heart transmission. Now, look what we have as a collective. And this is what all of us were saying, that dark night of the soul energy, right? And that's number 16. 1 is 6 is 7. And we've all been going through awakenings, dark night of the soul. I thought only divine masculine got that. And that goes to show you that every day you're learning and you're growing. But we all are experiencing this dark night of the soul. And I would say it started December up until now recently. And mine has started to feather away a little bit. But man, those November, December, January, February was rough for me, right? So with the dark night of the soul, it says you are ready for a more real and radiant relationship with the divine. Your preconceived ideas and safe limiting beliefs may be sacrificed in order for this to happen. To the divine, these are only the clothing of your spirit. They are impediments to the attributes, intimacy the divine seeks with you. You might feel vulnerable or uncertain as the divine goes about stripping away these barriers. This is when you enter the dark night of the soul. You understand there is nothing to rely upon but the divine, and you will find it difficult to trust at times. This night will end. However, and the sweetness of the divine dawning in your heart shall render all worthwhile. But for now, you are meant to feel exactly as you feel. You are not doing something wrong. You are moving closer to the divine. And so, as we communicated with each other, the divine is definitely working with the divine masculine. The divine masculine may be getting their dark night of the soul a little more rough than we have been, because we already know what this divine light is. We already know what our, you know, for the most part, what our mission and what our purpose is for those of you who do. So we haven't been resistant. Those who are on their purpose mission, those who are at least trying to figure it out and have faith to figure it out. But for the divine masculines that are resistant, that dark night of the soul is tearing them up from root to tip. All right. So we're going to dive into the Lemurian spread. All right. And so I wanted to pull this out, Lemuria. Especially if you have starseed essence, okay? And so for the divine masculine, look at that. We have Sacral Chakra, and it's core of creation. See that? So this is the chakra they really, really need to work on right now. It's so important. Okay? So important. And I'll get that information just so you can help your divine counterpart in any way that you can. On the 5D, don't go over there and be like, well, Chrissy the Crystal Indigo told me that your sacral chakra was off. And they're going to look at you like you crazy. Please don't do that. Just, I'll give you the advice and you figure out how to support them in a way that they won't be able to understand, but know you're being helpful. All right? So with the sacral chakra, let me hold that right there for you. Core of creation, feelings, emotional responses, pleasure, sensuality, intimacy, connection, letting go, creativity, sacred sexuality, passion, healthy boundaries, value, the body. Okay? And so these are the things that divine masculine is working through. And you, divine feminine, use your healing hands to work on that lower abdomen pelvis area. Okay? And imagine, you know, a vibrant orange light. I'm telling you, this works. So this light here, use that color on your divine counterpart when you're working your energy hands. Now, if you need help, again, you can book a twin flame healing session for them. You can book a twin flame, or a Reiki session. And what's amazing is, if you want, when you do the Reiki session, you and your divine counterpart are one. Now, you can book it for yourself, or you can book one for them. And I'll do the permission and go to 5D consciousness to get the permission of them. Because I'm telling you, more than likely, they're going to be saying in the 5D, I need it, I need it, I need it, I need help, I need support. Because that's exactly what I hear from my divine counterpart every time I send the healing for support at night. And before all of this, my divine counterpart would be like, no, I don't want that today. And I could not send that energy because I'm going against their free will. But every single time, my divine masculine, I see visions while I'm like getting ready to prepare. And I'm like, okay, calm down. I got you, right? And so that's really important for the divine masculine. For the next card, trust your innocence. This is so beautiful. And this is number 54, okay? So this is number 54, and it talks about trusting the innocence. And I feel like I haven't had this card come out, but I don't use this deck a lot either. But I decided to bring it out tonight because I was called to bring it out. Okay. And again, if this is resonating with your connection right now, don't be shy. Like, comment below. And so with trust your innocence, it talks about truth, trusting yourself, being real with people, knowing the difference between intuition and paranoia, uncensored feelings, returning to innocence, right? And so with the divine masculine, they have it made up in their mind that, you know, divine feminine's overreacting, or, you know, this can't be real, this connection isn't real, what I'm seeing isn't real, what I'm feeling isn't real. And again, we only know what we see in our vision, right? And there's a reason why we don't go, or are not allowed to go too deep into our divine masculine's 5D mental space, because they have protective barriers there, right? And so if in the 3D, your divine masculine hasn't told you anything about what happened to them in their childhood, and they keep steering away from those conversations, then you know that there's some inner wounds there. Who, if you had an amazing child life and everything was perfect and everything was on point, why aren't you talking about it? Boom. Right? So the card we have for Divine Feminine, we have 53. Look at that. Beautiful. Work on your third eye. Work on your throat. Work on your crown. Okay? This is beautiful. This is number 53. And then the Violet Flame is before that. Okay? So, transformation, self-nurturing, going within, time alone, being present with your feelings, cocooning before the butterfly, being gentle on yourself, angelic embrace. All right. This painting started with the name. I needed a hug, so I painted one. During the creation process, the image underwent a profound transformation that paralleled the journey I was taking deep within myself. This card signifies going inward and being truly present with wherever you are in your process. It emits a sense of self-nature and space that is held as a container for our delicate and vulnerable gestation periods. The final image is filled with blessings like an angelic embrace. This care emanates from the being, implying that she is creating it for herself. The most powerful healing comes from a place of presence and acceptance for all that doesn't try to fix anything or push things away. Right? Feel whatever you need to feel. It may be hard to be present with some parts of yourself. Bring them into a cocoon of gentle self-love and reflection. An insight will come. The shadows can be released and your heart space will soften. Cry or be angry if this is what you are holding on to. And laugh at the hilarious, ironic, divine perfection of it all. This card beckons you beyond your constructed outer self, where you can dwell into the beautiful abyss of being. Revel in the twilight before the dawn and let your wings unfurl. Okay? So you see how all of this is connected, right? I'm using all different decks. Oracle, Tarot, right? This is really beautiful for the collective. Very beautiful. All right. And then for the overall energy, I almost skipped that one. We have balanced forces. Again, make sure you are aligning your chakras. Make sure that, you are doing your nature walks however you need to. Okay. It's so important, especially at a time like this. Keep your crystals on you. Make sure they're sage. Make sure they're cleansed. Connect with your spirit guides, create your circles, light your candles, whatever you need to keep your vibration high and to connect with source at this time. Because again, a lot of you in the collective do feel lonely at this time. There's so much going on, so much happening within the universe. Every time we have a planet going to somewhere, or a shift, or a supermoon, or a planet or a sign that's fired up, we know, those of us who are highly sensitive, and then also on top of that have those placements in our chart, right? We're like, oh man, not again. Like, come on, man. I thought 2021 was going to get me on point, energetically. It's really got me out here crip walking, right? So make sure we're balancing. Balance the forces as well. Dark versus light, right? This is amazing. I didn't even expect this reading to come out like this. You guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment sections. All right, life purpose from Spirit for Divine Masculine. First out, we have protected. All right. And it says you are safe and supported while you change careers. Okay. You are safe and supported while you change careers. Creative expression. Your soul longs to express itself creatively. So if you have a creative talent, put it out there. This is your sign. Okay? Music. Your connection to music is healing for yourself and others. And you also may be great at, working the sound bowl, sound frequency, right? Now, for Divine Feminine, We have oracle cards. You are able to discern answers and guidance for yourself and others. So oracle cards, for some of you divine feminines, is really your niche. We have options. Consider the career possibilities that are open to you. Make sure it's equal. Make sure it's balance, equal reciprocity. Okay? See those scales? Make sure you go at that table and you negotiate what you want. Okay? Then we have builder. Your innate ability to build and create brings you a deep sense of accomplishment. Right? So some of you guys are in the works of building your businesses. Some of you guys have already started your businesses and doing, reconstruction or doing your layout, however it resonates. But you are, a magnificent builder when it comes to building what it is that you want, whether dreams, whether goals, whether business, however it resonates. And the overall energy, I believe this came out in the other collective read. We have infinite abundance, and this is for both, right? So it says, you are fully supported as you devote yourself to your divine life purpose. And that's one of the things that I can admit to you guys, I'm so terrified about, right? Literally was like, you know what? I'm doing this. I'm going to walk away from that, dive into my life path and purpose mission, and dedicate time to my office space. This is what has manifested for me. But at the same time, you have that fear of security when you know you're going to get this amount of money every 2 weeks, or like clockwork, right? And when you're running your business, it's like, okay, I'm not going to sit there and create problems for clients that's not there, right? So it's like, okay, Spirit, this is where you're guiding me. I got faith. I'm going to take the leap on faith, right? What they say, leap and the universe will catch you. And I'm smiling because in these cards, it's like he's answering, or divine spirit, source, God is answering what I've been so scared about, right? So this is beautiful, guys. Now, if you would like to book a reading session, however you need my support, my email is in the description box below. I'm sending all of you love and light, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Love and light, guys.